Hey, what's going on, Podcast Nation? This is Jason Harris, and thank you for joining me on another walk and talk at NADA. Today I have the one, the only, the oh so famous Mr. Chuck Schwan with me. Chuck, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great,
Doing
Jason.
good? Doing good? Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
I think we did a podcast recently.
Yeah, we did. We did
one
recently, yeah.
Well, I'm glad we got the chance to connect and take a little walk. I mean, it's like sensory overload here, man. There's like so much going on, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's the beauty of this. The beauty and the bad of the show is that there's so much to see, so much to do.
Yeah.
And, where do you start? But just pick a spot, and there's all sorts of cool tech and everything else going on here. So,
well, there's some cool stuff, right? And that's one thing I have kind of noticed with kind of the dealers right now is that they're taking their time to really kind of check out some cool stuff. I know me and you just got back from the Podium booth.
Yeah,
and it's like there was some good buzz, kind of going around there, and I thought it was cool to kind of see the dealers really kind of leaning in and really just wanted to kind of learn about it. I mean, I know you're a huge Podium fan. I mean, someone told me you had a tattoo on the lower back. No, I'm just kidding. I won't make you.
It's not just my lower back.
It's like a full back piece. Imagine. Can you imagine? But no, tell us a little bit. Like why? Like I mean, I love Podium, and I know there's a lot of reasons why I love Podium. But I'd love to get like what do you like so much about it, man?
The thing that I like about Podium, honestly, is to me it's just so customizable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's AI, which, I mean, that means something different to every vendor in here.
Of course.
It really does.
Of course.
But what I like about it is we use it for our lead handling. We use it for our web chats, things like that. And I like that, unlike a BD agent, if it says, it doesn't say anything horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Like a BD agent usually won't say anything horribly wrong. Well, if there's ever a word track you want to try and teach it, if there's anything you want to do to customize it, make it your own, Podium by far has had the most customizable solution that we've used, and I've used quite a few of them.
Yes. One thing I think I kind of love about Podium is, I mean, you can relate from this too, because you're at the dealership, you're doing the day to day and stuff like that. Is it just kind of the dealer-centric approach they've taken to kind of like building out some of the new features and benefits and stuff like that they've been working on, right?
Yeah, it is very dealer focused, and they're always looking for the feedback. That's the part that I like a lot, is they're always looking for the feedback. They want to know what's working, they want to know what's not working, and they want to know what you wish existed. I mean, what feature would be cool. So they're very, very open to that, and that's been, bar none, my favorite aspect of it is just having that open communication.
That's what I was going to ask. I was like, as a user, because I know you're definitely a power user. As a user, what are the couple things that you really appreciate about it?
I appreciate knowing that I can, like I said, that I can customize it. That's huge to me from a user perspective. And I'm going to give an example if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
For example, we had a customer reach out and say, "Hey, does Subaru make a truck?" Loaded question.
Sure.
They used to make the Brat.
Yeah.
They used to make the Baja.
All right.
We can both debate whether that's a truck or not.
Yeah, maybe.
But the response that it initially gave was, at present, we do not have any Subaru trucks on our lot.
Yes.
Not a bad response. It's not lying.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily the full response. So we went in, we tweaked it, got in touch with Javon over at Podium, made a couple of tweaks to it, and now it will respond. If you ask that same question to it, it'll say, Subaru at present does not manufacture a truck.
Yep.
In the past, they had the Baja and the Brat. Are you looking for a pre-owned Subaru?
It's in those little things. I mean, time after time after time, you make those kind of adjustments on a very regular basis, and it's going to be a smarter solution, right?
Right.
People can continue to come back, ask the questions, and get the education that they're really looking for, right?
Right. You're right. It is a learning system.
Yes.
It's not a closed system. It's not it knows everything. It's constantly learning. It's adjusting to, the language that we speak in the Upper Midwest.
Yep.
Which might be slightly different than.
Is there something different that's going on in the Midwest I don't know about?
I don't know. I didn't know there was anything beyond the Midwest,
but. See, I'm from Toronto, so if ours isn't saying A at some point in time. In the conversation, then everyone probably knows it's not a real person.
Well, I'm from North Dakota, Minnesota.
Yeah.
We say it almost as often. So it's
it's true. It is true. That is true. Well, hey, I'd like to kind of Chuck get your perspective. Like we've had a pretty crazy year in 2024. Um, what do you think dealers should be really kind of looking for in kind of 2025, and just kind of how from an operations perspective?
I think there's going to be some new opportunities and some new challenges with the new administration coming in.
Yep.
And I'm not trying to make this political. No matter who is coming in, it was going to be different.
Sure, of course, absolutely.
And so there's always going to be the first year learning that.
Yep.
But I'm excited. I'm
Yeah.
really excited for 2025 and beyond. I think that there are going to be some great opportunities. I think AI is going to be a huge part of it.
Sure.
And and honestly, I'm talking AI.
Yeah.
I think I'm talking that. I kind of stumbled there.
Just a little,
But
that's all right.
anyways,
It's all right.
we're constantly talking AI, but it's still the people that matter.
Yes.
And I want to be 100% clear to anyone that's listening to this here. AI is there to enhance
Very
your
good points.
experience. It's there to make your customers or your salespeople better salespeople,
Yes.
because they can manage their customers and not their CRM.
Well, and I'm with you. I mean, I think if any dealers out there watching, listening right now, I mean, one of the things I've been really focusing on in 2025 is my people. Now, but when you focus on your people, it's the processes that surround them, but the technologies that support those processes, right? So
Yeah.
it's like that's where, I mean, my people would be a primary focus for 2025, but I have to approach it from those two different kind of prongs,
Right.
So that I can really support my team, right?
And that's really what it comes down to with this, is it is supporting your team.
Yes.
It is making them better, giving them the tools they need to succeed, allowing them to have a work-life balance as well.
Yes.
Answering leads after hours, answering web
Yep.
chats after hours,
Yeah,
giving it a
taking
real
that,
response.
taking that heavy lift, that would be hard,
Right.
for anybody out there, right? I mean, especially when you want to spend the time on things that are easily identified as being more meaningful, right? You have support knowing that it can pick up some of that extra slack. Look, I know we're getting towards the tail end of our conversation, Chuck, but for everybody out there watching, listening, who maybe love to connect with you or even chat, have a conversation,
Yeah.
even continue parts of this conversation, what's the best way to connect with you?
Obviously you can find me on LinkedIn. Email me, justaguyselling.cars@gmail.com.
I love that, by the way. Love that. Just a guy selling cars
Yeah.
at gmail.com.
It doesn't get much more simple than that, does it?
Dude, that's awesome. I wish I got it.
I wish I could say I took full credit for that, but I stole it from a coworker of mine who was just a girl selling cars. So, Amy, if you're watching this,
Good idea. Hey, Chuck, again, thank you so much for taking the time to come jam with me, man.
all right.
This has been a lot of fun. For everybody out there watching and listening, we appreciate you. You have an amazing day.